Now, this was something that I remember when we were at HasCon, there was little rumors and innuendo and stuff saying that, oh, what's going to be happening with HasCon for next year or the future after experiencing HasCon itself proper in that moment. And I remember one guy saying, oh, maybe they're going to do it every other year. And I was going like, I could kind of see that working. And now we have the news.
The official
The
news.
official news straight from Hasbro and HasCon themselves, and they posted on their HasCon website saying, thank you for the event, and and they said it was a success. And I will say, because I was reading the comments from people who said, oh, it wasn't a success. I'm sorry, you weren't there. It was a
Hmm.
success. It was very much so a success, and especially from their perspective of what they wanted to do. And again, for anyone who wants to know more, go back in the archive of Transformer Slag episodes. I did a whole thing with Wendell talking about HasCon and my opinion of how it was that weekend in Rhode Island. But so they announced that they will be returning, but it will be, as the rumors said, they will be returning the year after. So it's every other year will be a HasCon event. So instead of it being 2018, in 2019, September 6th to the 8th, so relatively the same time. It's going to be the more or less the same dates, maybe I think a couple days. Um, they're going to be doing it in 2019 in the same location, in the same building, and everything. There is no mention of if they're going to change anything up, if there's going to be like new way that they're going to handle the show, or if there's going to be a stronger emphasis on a collector oriented convention or stuff. I mean, I'll be honest with you, what they did, I feel makes sense for what they're trying to do. And again, that Dunkin' Donuts Center, I've been there in the past, and I was there this year for HasCon. I can't see where a dealer room would comfortably fit with what they're trying to do already. Because when you're already trying to fit all those different Hasbro brands in one room, and those already take a lot of space to advertise all those different things. And like I said in the previous review, they left out a lot of their brands, like GI
Which is,
Joe, and yeah, like you
I
were,
was gonna say, which is surprising,
which
but
is
it's just
very
like they don't.
surprising.
It's like, well, they would be building up the comics, I guess. Like, what else would that tie into? Like you have Transformers with the toys and the movies and the TV shows and the comics. Like, there's like all this other stuff with it. You got your My Little Ponies with the TV shows and the toys and the movie that just came out recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like, I'm
well,
trying to think.
and
Well,
I find, especially as time progresses, a lot of those brands, if anything, are going to get even bigger. With the
yeah.
Disney Princess, they had the Troll brand that year too that they were pumping up. The
I think
Beyblade
I think
Burst.
I think the other thing they have with My Little Pony is, like, the little metal, the metal model kits.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're starting to do My Little Pony ones of those as well.
Well, and that's just it. So like, I mean,
So that's like Transformers. They've done Marvel. They've done
yep.
that. Like, they're big. Those things are expanding into other things.
And all those brands, all of those already take up all the space. Just promoting those to then say, "Hey, we got to put a dealer area." Like what people are asking for, which is which is BotCon, TFCon, which is,
Hmm.
I mean, the reality is that's strictly dealer room.
Yeah.
Like the bread and butter of BotCon and TFCon is a big dealer room of product to buy. HasCon just would not feasibly have the space to deliver on what people want. And in terms of the extra
And
stuff,
I would just also say, would people want a dealer room that doesn't have third party?
well, and the thing is too,
You
and
know
this,
what I
and this
mean?
is very key also, which again, what people are asking for, they're going to fail to realize is you're asking for a dealer room, but in your brain, you're asking for a dealer room that's like HasCon, that's like TFCon and BotCon, meaning Transformer Primary. If they had a dealer room in the way that you imagine, but now you have to cater to a dealer room of pony fans, a dealer room of GI Joe fans, a dealer. So you're gonna have all that other
Of
product
Nerf
too.
fans.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you're gonna have all those other products also gucking up the space. So you're gonna maybe only have three dealers of Transformers, and that's it, because then you're going to have that Joe dealer, that that Marvel dealer, that Star Wars dealer. So it's going to be so limited that if in the end it's not going to be what you want. I feel personally that HasCon is what it is, and it serves its purpose. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But for people to say that it's not a good show is an opinion thing, but in a statistic perspective, it is a good show because it made a lot of money for Hasbro. They got the target audience that they really wanted, which is kids and families. That's what they wanted. The website and everything was constantly pushing the family. That's what they always were pushing. Families, 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 board games, the Milton Bradley and all of that. They own all of that. The Hasbro,
Parker Brothers and all that, yeah.
yeah, that's all them. They want that market more than anything. So to say that they didn't make a convention for the 20 and 30 somethings who still collect toys, you know what? They don't see you as the major market, and it's a shame that the official convention that has official Transformer products isn't really catering 100% to the fans. But the flip side of the coin is, as a hardcore fan who went to this show, there was just enough for me to keep me happy, which was there guests of Transformer nature that would really only appeal to hardcore fans? Of course. Do you think the average family knows who Yoke-san is? You know? Like they don't, but he was a guest there, or Sue Blue. They might, like, to the casual fan, they might know the pink Transformer, but they won't know who Sue Blue is. They won't know that stuff. Even like
And to maybe the odd casual fan, they're like, wait, isn't she supposed to be blue in a motorcycle?
yeah, well, that's just it. So, but that's why. So it gets to a point where it's just we had guests that would cater to us, and those were free autographs too, which was a nice kicker. We had exclusives that again would cater to us. There was exclusive Transformers stuff there. Granted, it wasn't like huge box sets with six figures and stuff like that. It was only like three specific kind of toys and everything. Really, ultimately, in the end, of a Transformer flavor, if you will. Well, not
Hmm.
three toys, but two toys and a Magic the Gathering kind of thing, and a mat. But there was Transformer exclusive official product there. So as a hardcore fan, you did have that product, and it was very affordable. That's another thing too I want to emphasize was all the exclusives were very affordable for what they were. And I mean, you got what they had movie props, real cars, Hasbro staff was there. There was just enough to wet your whistle for $50 entry. You know what I mean? Um, and it is what it is. To when you have to split all those brands under one roof, you're gonna get 1/10 of a Transformer convention. If it's only 1/10 Transformers compared to all the other products. So and ultimately in the end, and I always say this, you want the hardcore show, you got TFCon.
Hmm.
It's on both sides of the border, and just go to that. I'll tell you one thing: HasCon came and went, and then when TFCon passed, it was just as big as any BotCon was in TFCon USA in Washington. So, I mean, there's alternatives. So it doesn't really need to have that official stamp on it anymore to enjoy it, because what people expect out of HasCon, which is they want to have an official convention with a big dealer room, you get it at TFCon. You already do. And if the argument then is, well, but then I want something that has a crazy box set and a lot of exclusives. I remember someone gave this argument, and it was really true, was they were pointing out how we recently got these big box sets from Titans Returns, like the one with Metal Hawk in it, and the one with the Power Master Optimus Prime and everything. A lot of people were saying that in a lot of ways those are kind of the box sets that we would have gotten if those conventions were a thing. Like, well, think about
True.
it. Imagine those box sets didn't come out in retail, and instead that was a HasCon exclusive. You know what I mean? It would have balanced out in the end because it's a big box set with six figures or five figures, and that's it. So, I mean, the product is out there. I mean, and you're talking to, I was a guy who works behind the scenes with TFCon and worked behind the scenes with BotCon. And it's a shame that BotCon is gone, but at the same time, I feel that the spirit of how the convention functioned in terms of like the fan turnout and the community and everything, it exists with TFCon today. Not to mention the same kind of people that go to all those shows now, they go to TFCon,
Yep.
and those dealers too. So all those old faces from BotCon, they're all there at TFCon now. The only thing that's absent is just a crazy box set. But you know what? I feel like we're getting all those exclusives through SDCC, or we're getting them through HasCon in a small dosage. We're getting them through, other venues and ways. I think we'll be fine. I think that we're fine. And with HasCon, I don't have a problem with HasCon being every other year. I think that it gives them a better reason to take some time, think about what they want to do, plan out a better convention to cater maybe to the hardcore fans. But still, I don't personally. I feel they don't need to change what they did, because what they gave a fun weekend for family and friends and stuff like that and everything, and it worked out really well for them. If they changed it too much, they might have to change entry costs. They might
Yeah,
have to
exactly.
they might
And they
have
want to make it affordable for families.
yeah,
That's
well, that's
always the
just
big
it.
tough thing to do.
There was mom and dad and grandpa and everything with the strollers, and they were getting face paint and everything. Like, you can't take away the county fair feel that brings out everybody, that works well. And again, you say, oh, but then don't do that to my Transformers. Yeah, but again, you have TFCon then. That's the show for that. So, I mean, look, I always say if something is not for you, then it's not for you, and you don't need to
Yeah.
go to it. And I'll tell you, like all those HasCon exclusives, they were online afterwards to pick up. So if your argument then is, well, I want to get the exclusives, they were on Hasbro Toy Shop afterwards. They
Yeah,
showed up a few
exactly.
times actually. So there's no difficulty getting those exclusives afterwards. I mean, it's hey, you're better off. You didn't have to drive all the way to Rhode Island and wait in line for like an hour or 45 minutes. You could get just click and it'll be sent to you. So it's not a big deal with that either. And in all honesty, like I said, it's everyone has their own goals when they go to conventions. Some people say, "Oh, I go to conventions for the dealer room." Some people say they go to conventions to meet guests. Some people they go to conventions to get really rare items that they normally can't find on eBay or online. Some people go to conventions just to socialize.
Yep.
And different things are achieved with different shows. HasCon will give you that guest fix that you need to a degree. It'll give you that mild exclusive fix. And I mean, if you do the right soul searching, you'll find fans that share the same interest as you. If you stayed in that Transformer area, you're going to bump into other Transformer fans, and you'll be able to strike a discussion. And there was panels to a degree. They weren't like the craziest panels in the world, but there was panels. I mean, Stan Bush was there and everything. So you got, like I said, 1/10 of a BotCon. And depending on what's important to you, most of those stuff were present. Just if you want the dealer room thing, well, you're in luck, because that's what TFCon is. So
Mm.
that's all. I just wanted to just talk about that, because it's like it's just when the news was announced, a lot of just the comments and the backlash, and so many people who didn't go who had strong opinions.
Mm.
And the only reason why I say like confidently the people who didn't go, because I was at those small gatherings at HasCon of the people who were part of the Transformer part of it, and there
Hmm.
was only about 50 people. So
Right.
like I literally know the exact number of how many people were at the cocktail party. You
Oh,
know,
okay, okay.
so it's like, but yet there's like 170 comments from individuals saying how crap the show was. And it's just like, come on, not like, and then it's like it's a guy in Brazil who was commenting. It's just like, come
Mm.
on, bro, you weren't there. So it's just, look, it is what it is. But at the same time, there's other shows. And again, I don't want to like sound like I'm promoting TFCon over and over, but that's if you're looking for BotCon 2.0 minus the official exclusives, it has it all. TFCon is the fan show. that'll give you your fix for everything you need that BotCon used to give you. Um, and HasCon will be HasCon slash SDCC slash NYCC, and whatever shows up in retail will kind of give you your oddball fix of figures. You know, it's it's apples and oranges, and at the moment right now, if you want your apple, it'll be September 6th to the 8th, 2019.